All right, welcome all to Hit or Miss, everyone. I'm Nightstrike, and we do not have an intro tonight. I don't feel like playing it. Plus, I've been dragging my ass, so yeah. Anyways, I've got a panel here tonight. More people are coming in after Clover or Ghost is done with his show, and everybody else jumps in. So, but who I have right now? I've got AWAG. Say hello, AWAG.
Hey yo, what's up? How you doing?
Awesome.
I'm gonna try and speak up tonight so people can actually hear me.
Yay!
Then we have a heads up on that.
Then we have everyone's favorite C&R collector. We have Cycle Camp.
Don't ban the bump stock, da 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 da.
Right?
You can ban the bump stock, but just give us full auto in return.
Yeah, I don't see that happening. And there's everyone's favorite Spotted Rick. What's going on, Rick?
Hey, thanks for the invite.
And last but certainly not least, there's Travis P11, the leader of the Travi Collective. I didn't forget.
Yes, my servant. That's okay, my servant. Thank you very much for the kind introduction. I appreciate it so much. So, we're all about world domination, canned goods, and shotguns. So enjoy.
And remember,
Canned goods.
Remember, I am the one in charge of donations. So if you wanted to donate to the Travi Collective, just donate it to Nightstrike.
TTC.
All right, but seriously, tonight we're gonna talk. I don't know. We'll talk about guns. We'll talk about. I'm working on GunTube, so we'll just delve into whatever we think of. But I did want to mention that if you didn't see, if you don't follow Cycle Camp on YouTube, you should, because he put the monopod reproduction on the Arasaka Type 99, and it looks pretty snazzy. I mean, it looks mint.
Minty fresh.
Well,
Sounds
not
cool,
that,
man.
not that kind of mint. I mean, like mint condition. Cycle Camp. What do you think of that monopod?
Oh, I thought they did a great job. The guys that produced that reproduction, the reproduction monopod also comes with that little spring clip and the bolt and the pin you need. And they did a great job with it. The only thing they did was they cut the clip a little too small. They when they folded it, they were off tolerance by a couple thousand, so I had to Dremel the snot out of it to get it to fit. But it looks great. It really and that it turns out that furniture was made for that anyway, so it really looked good.
If you didn't know, most of the Type 99s were made for monopods. So,
Interesting.
yeah. So
That I did not know.
But when after World War II, when a lot of our soldiers were coming back from Japan and from the areas they were fighting the Japanese, they would the monopods. They're not very sturdy, so they would break off, or they'd tear or rip them off and get rid of them and throw them away, because they were. While it looks cool in practice, it's not very practical. But it is specific to that rifle. Though, if you want some aircraft sights, let me know.
Yeah, one of these days I'll throw a set of those on there.
Then you'll be complete. All you'll need is the bayonet.
Nope.
You can't have the bayonet in your state, can you?
Two more pieces. No, I can do that because it's a bolt gun, and bolt guns aren't assault weapons by definition.
Oh, you can.
Oh, what state are you in? You sound familiar.
Connecticut. Yeah.
Ah, I'm your southern brother, New Jersey.
Yeah. and truthfully though, the early guns had the barrel band that had the monopod barrel band on them, but the later guns do not. So I had two guns, and the later one did not have the fittings for. You couldn't put a monopod on it if you wanted to. You had to go buy another barrel band.
Well, it's not hard to find a barrel band these days.
No, but I'm just saying that it's not like the early guns had all of it. They had the what's that? The dust cover. That's the other thing you need, the dust cover.
Yeah.
And the dust cover, the monopod, the drill holes for the drains, the aircraft wings. Those things are all, the very early guns had all those bells and whistles. And then the longer they made them, the more crap got dropped off because they realized, like you said, the airplane sights just weren't that practical, and the monopod just wasn't that practical, and they started caring about, they stopped drilling the holes to drain the water out of the gun and all that. It's just crazy.
Yeah, though there is one thing, CycleCamp. Let me know what size that is, because I found a website where they sell reproduction. What is it? What is it? The charging rod, clean rod, reproduction cleaning rods for Arisakas in different lengths, because there were different lengths.
Yeah, they were all different lengths. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I think I've seen that site as well.
So, because you were mentioned that you have the button for the cleaning rod, you just don't have the cleaning rod.
That's correct. Yep.
So, all right, so we got that out of the way. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. For those of you that don't know, I am working on GunTube. I've come. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do this. I don't quite know how I'm going to do this. One particular aspect is the way the software is set up. It basically, I have to run it on Linux. So basically, it saves every single video file to one folder. And what I'm thinking of doing is buying a network attached storage for servers and having that set up as, one rated drive, and then just mounting that as that folder for all those videos. It's not the ideal way, but it's the only way I can figure out how to get that to work.
Is there a possibility that you can make
mount point? Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there a possibility that you can set up subfolders in that folder?
Well, I've been talking to the software developer, and he has it set up to where each and every video that anyone uploads, every user uploads, it goes all to one folder. And I mentioned to him that he may want to think about separating all those videos between, making subfolders and assigning those subfolders to each and every user instead, because that way you can, differentiate between the videos and you can easily back them up and whatnot. So I'm going over all of this from the ground up instead of just, either doing what Jaeger's doing, going out and buying some software, or just buying my way into, full 30. Because, Jaeger got $50,000 to do JaegerTube or Libra TV or whatever the hell it is. But, all we've seen is he's just started another YouTube channel.
I think he got the money by threatening to throw people's pistols on the ground, so they were afraid until they gave him money.
Well, he already does that anyways when they bring a 1911 instead of Glock.
P226 is better. Oh, I'm gonna get hate for that.
Yeah, no, I prefer the P320. Oh snap! I went there. By the way, AWAC only in 357 SIG.
Correct.
Let's go all the way instead of halfway.
So what's your concerns about using the network storage? I mean, it actually would probably be a little bit more efficient, especially if you put a gigabyte fiber or something in between them.
Oh, I've never done server network attached storage. Yeah. I've done home network attached storage, where with home networks and small office networks, that stuff, you're pretty much the same. But I've never done it for servers. So, all this territory I'm getting into right now with GunTube is semi new to me. I mean, running a dedicated server on the internet, that's not new to me. But doing this whole YouTube type site, that's new territory.
Yeah. Yeah, we do network attached storage for servers where I used to work, but we had a separate network for that. The storage network was kept separate from the regular everyday network.
Would it be better to? And I know this is going to be an awful way to do it, but would it be better just to have that NAS connected via like USB or serial cable?
Well, like I'm saying, if you put a high speed fiber card in the server, that would be the ultimate.
Because I looked at it and I could go and put I can go and tear all the drives out of my current server, put a RAID card in there, and just add like 3 or 4, 6 or 8 terabyte hard drives, not SSDs, but just regular enterprise grade storage drives. But I'm not quite sure how a RAID would do in that setup. I'm thinking maybe a network attached storage RAID would be better. So, what do you think, Clover?
I don't know. I mean, I just got in. As opposed to what? I mean, what's the dilemma? What are we talking about?
Well, I'm worried about storage for GunTube. And if anyone out there is into the IT field or knows anything about, storage, go ahead and chime in. Give us your comments. But, Clover, I'm looking at the software that I'm using for GunTube. It basically stores every single video file in one folder.
Okay.
It's not my, I have talked to him. The developer, he is working on setting it up to where, every video doesn't save into one folder. It'll save into a subfolder in that folder, so you can differentiate between users.
Right.
I asked him to do that because it would be easier to manage files and backup files and whatnot.
Right.
Manage them. So he's looking at doing that, but because it does everything into that one folder, I figured I'm going to have to do some sort of network attached storage and then rating that and mounting that as one single drive for that folder.
Right.
That would be the only way where I can, either add on to that network attached storage to get more space, or, or do anything, because you have to realize when you put a video on YouTube, or say if you put it on Vimeo or any of these other, sites where you can upload your videos that you create, you have to realize that it takes storage space.
Yes.
So I don't want to have a situation where I start up GunTube, start up the test, and find out that I have got literally no space whatsoever to host any videos.
Right.
That's my worry.
You need at least 100 terabytes.
Space ain't your only worry, though. I mean, I realize you're not using a Windows operating system, but you do have the issue. I think Linux doesn't Linux also have a restriction as to how many subfolders can be part of a folder, and total, the total length of the string you can use to represent the name of the file?
No.
That's easy to get around if you're pretty decent at
I've
programming.
already removed that restriction.
Okay, so I know Linux is not as bad as Windows was, but I didn't know if you might run into the same type of issue. I'm talking just sheer volume of files, not the amount of storage they take up.
Yeah. No. For anyone that's out there listening and they don't know what GunTube is, go to guntube.org. That's what I'm working on right now.
He's making it .org so all the kids at school can be able to go on and pass through the filters.
Get through the filters.
You're a genius.
Well, I wanted a .com, a .net. Hell, I wanted gun.tube. And tube is now an extension, and a domain extension. But the problem is, all of the good stuff was taken. Guntube.org was literally the only one other than like guntube.net that I could get. And they wanted $2,000 for guntube.net. And I'm like, no. So guntube.org was born. So.
Okay.
What do you think, Clover? Lay it out for me.
Well, I mean, you're gonna have to do that. I mean, yeah, I don't see any other way to do that except for run it in a RAID. I mean, even if they do it in subfolders, I mean, it's still going to be under a main directory, right? So, I mean, you're still essentially storing everything all in one place. You're not going to be able to span it across, the storage across multiple drives. So, you're going to have to have some type of a storage solution that has flexibility to it, and RAID is going to be the only way you do that. It's some type of an array, I should say. So, yeah. How much space are you thinking about starting out with?
Well, I got to get the money for it first, so I may have to sell a couple rifles just to get the hard drives, because the bigger the hard drive, the more expensive they are. I've been looking at the 6 and 8 terabyte hard drives, and believe it or not, those are like $200 and $300 and $400 a piece.
Okay.
And I'm not going to use consumer grade drives. I'm using enterprise grade storage drives that are designed for doing whole RAID and NAS arrays. Because
continuous use.
Because if I do anything else, it's going to completely just die on me when I need it the most. And I see never enough ammo out there. I better give him a link, otherwise, man, shitstorm.
Yeah.
So
and then do you want? Are you gonna want your redundancy too? Because you're talking about whatever you're spending, you're talking about having to double that.
Right. I want redundancy, yes.
Yeah.
Well, and that also depends on which RAID pattern he sets up.
And I know, guys out there listening, I know this is not entirely exciting stuff, but I'm working on GunTube. GunTube is not necessarily something to compete with YouTube, because no one can compete with YouTube. They're a $1 billion corporation. I can't compete with them. What I'm trying to do is just make a backup, a place where we can store gun-related and firearm-related content without the restriction or the worry, the hassle, the fear of losing all our videos because some liberal asshole decided to press the delete button at Google or YouTube.
Now, you would be a direct competition with them as if there was no government intervention. And see, there's a bunch of regulations and stuff for owning a business and blah, 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 blah. Basically, it makes competition harder, this, that, the other thing. But if there was no government intervention in the private sector, basically you would be a direct competition with them, and they would do one of two things. They would buy you out, or they would find dirt on you and force you to go out. So they haven't done that yet, so you're good.
Yeah.
Let's hope not, man.
So, I got an email from one of the viewers out there. They were asking, so is GunTube gonna be a thing? Yes. Even with MAC, Military Arms Channel, saying that Full 30 is going to open it up to people, I still don't believe they're going to be able to do entirely, what YouTube is doing. That might not even be their thing. They may just be allowing people to upload maybe 1 or 2 videos, and if they're a popular YouTube channel, they may let them, do more than that. But I don't think that they're going to be able to do the whole YouTube thing.
Well, and then you've got another aspect of that too, and that you've got there's Full 30, or you're talking about YagerTube, or
Full 30, Liber TV,
or something else that's coming along. I mean, who knows? The problem is nobody is going to be able to have something on the level that YouTube has it. I mean, you're talking about Microsoft, Amazon, something like that is the only one's going to be able to pull something like that off. So when you get into a situation that it's a smaller platform, then it's privately ran like that, then you start getting into an issue to where the atmosphere there is cliquish. Who they allow on, the content they allow on, there's going to be there's going to be more control there. So, yeah, I think it's going to end up being you're going to have to, and people aren't going to like doing it, but I mean, you're going to have to if you want to keep
conform to their way of doing things.
Well, if you want to keep watching the creators that you necessarily watch, then I mean, you're going to have to follow those creators wherever they go, you know, and they may not be able to go to, you know, Full 30 or, you know, Liber TV or wherever. So, you know, GunTube can be, you know, I don't know. It can be whatever it's set up to be, I guess is what I'm saying. I mean, I know it's open-ended at this point, but.
Phoenix out there is saying, at Nightstrike, you're safe. All your dirt is out in the air on a daily basis. Yes. So we have one of the guys that's been emailing us has jumped in. What do we call you? Craig, or we call you whatnot? What?
Just call me Sarge. Sarge at C4 Defense. Anything that's easy.
Okay.
C4 Defense. Cool.
Just don't blow up my podcast, all right?
Yo, that would be cool as hell, man.
Oh God.
Definitely.
I thought that was Travis's job.
I get it. C4.
No, that's not. We're not out for mass destruction. We're
See,
massive consumptions.
Travis
No,
only.
I heard you guys were just getting ready for GunTube to open up, and then you were going to go after it just like VidMe.
Travis,
yeah, VidMe was just a test to see if it could contain the Travi. It could not. I have faith in Nightstrike's handiwork, so we should be fine.
Let GunTube grow. Let it grow.
Oh, we will.
Go crash another website. Go crash Facebook.
No, we're not going to crash it. We won't let that happen. Don't worry about that. We're going to be good.
You can guarantee it for you, but what about the other Travi?
Yeah, they'll be fine too. It's.
Are you
don't
sure
worry about
that?
We're good. Yeah. Of course. Yes. Created everything. We created the internet. Why wouldn't? We have nothing to fear.
That's what he said.
Yep.
All right, we got never enough ammo in here. Hey,
Oh,
Matt,
boy.
what's going on, man?
Have you thought about starting a GoFundMe to get this thing going?
Yes, I have thought about it, but the problem is, I found out, I've looked at all this. I need some volunteers. I need some help because I've looked at this, and I can't do this all by myself. I'm going to be right now, you know, Jaeger owns Tactical Response, so he already has people that work for him that he can get them to work on his Liber TV.
Well, I don't understand what's so hard? Is it cleaning the dress or holding the cat down? I don't know.
No, Matt, it's I need someone to hold the rubber chicken while they're squeaking at the same time.
Okay. Just by the way, I clearly stated I am highly inebriated at the moment, so you should not have sent me a link. I made that quite clear in the chat.
Cool. Let's get him way more wasted.
So,
Chug. Matt,
detox. I'm sorry.
Matt,
Oh, we're such a
you
bad
drink on
influence.
Monday nights, you drink on Wednesday nights, you drink on
Dude,
Tuesday nights.
I
What's
drink
it
every
matter?
night. What the fuck?
Every night
What's
is
the
a
matter?
drinking night.
What does it matter, dude?
Yeah, I just usually don't. I mean, tomorrow's my day off, so I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna start drinking early tonight. I ain't got no show, I ain't got shit. So I've been drinking for 2 hours already.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
This is about the time I usually start drinking on the nights that I do my podcast. I'm already 2 hours
Never
in,
enough
man.
drink.
Never enough vodka.
Oh, jeez.
So. And one of the gentlemen, C4 Defense, you're in here, aren't you? Sarge?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Hold on. I messed up my mic. What was that?
Okay. You asked out there in the chat, what is Jaeger doing now?
Yes.
Okay. You know his YouTube channel got deleted.
Yes.
So he went and started a Kickstarter to start up Liber TV, which we don't know whether he's going to actually make his own website to host only his videos,
Well,
or if
you know
he's
it will be.
or if he's just holding on to that money to try and buy his way into Full 30.
Ah. Okay.
We don't know.
I didn't know what he was trying to start, but I am not a fan of that gentleman. Not at all.
He'll get it going and then say, "I've merged with full 30 to bring you the best content." Yeah.
I don't hate Yeager. I don't agree with half of what he says, but I do not hate Yeager as a person or an individual. I think he has his own place in firearms content, but it's not necessarily my kind of content. But I don't believe his YouTube channel should have gotten deleted for anything.
No, he shouldn't have been banned. That's for
Because
sure. I just don't like the guy.
I've seen videos of like left-wing liberal assholes that say that they want to kill Trump, they want to destroy the government, all this kind of shit. You don't see their channels getting deleted and their videos getting taken off of YouTube, do you?
I mean, look. Yeager, I mean, he should still be on the air. It doesn't fucking matter. He should be able to give his opinions. Yes, he looks like a penis with ears, but I mean, it's okay. He should have the right to you do you, and Yeager does Yeager. I mean, that's how it works. I mean, it takes on a whole different meaning for him personally when Yeager does Yeager. But I mean, still we got to give the guy the respect to do what he wants to do, and sometimes that includes gay porn. But I mean, no judging. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, well, what was the last one he did? I forget the name of it. Was it Dying? I forget the name of it. Anyways, let's move on from that.
I believe it was I Can't Take One More Inch. I believe that was the last one he did.
Was that? That's what that was. Okay, all right.
That's actually what he said. People have misinterpreted that, but it's I can't take one more inch. So I mean, just throwing that out there for the masses.
Phoenix just said out there in the chat at Never Enough Ammo. I thought Wanky was doing Yeager, and I don't know if you know Phoenix, but Yankee and Yeager don't get along very well. I mean, he doesn't believe his channel.
Oh no, but I'm still pretty sure Yankee would rail on his ass. I mean, why not? I mean, you get the opportunity.
I would love to see that chat. Just Yeager and Yankee together in a chat room. I would pay to see that.
There's a video out there on YouTube.
They don't get along.
Years ago.
They do not. It doesn't.
They
sync
did
well.
a video together.
They did. Well, they were on the
same
same
they did
channel.
a live chat together a long time ago when this
that
was
would be per
a new
fireworks
thing.
now.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
All right, we got Clovertack back. We got Ghost. What's going on, Ghost?
Yo, Ghost.
What's on, man? Thanks for having me. Appreciate you. Thanks for joining my show earlier. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. We got to support those 2-bit content creators.
Damn straight, those self-promoted conspiracy theorists,
I know. But, that current conspiracy we got going on, that's a doozy right there.
The resist the Travi. We really got to push that hashtag. Hashtag resist the Travi.
Resistance is futile.
Remember, if you're listening to this, you are the resistance.
If you're listening to this, it's too late.
The chair is against the wall. The chair is against the wall.
John has a brown mustache. John has a brown mustache.
Well, I mean, it's not John, it's James, and it's not a brown mustache, but it looks kind of like a mustache.
Actually, it looks more like a ferret, but we'll move on from that.
Yeah.
So
it's more of a smear. It's all right.
Well, we gotta let him have his own sense of individuality and whatnot.
Yeah. I gotta say, somebody saw my Yeager go fuck yourself video. That I mean, honestly, for real, I don't watch fucking Yeager. I don't give a shit. So I made that video anyway. Because that video keeps getting views and people getting pissed off because everybody wants to get all aggro if you don't like their guy on YouTube, but whatever. Because you want to get that wrapped up in a dude on YouTube, then all right, cool. But so some dude left a message on the fucking video like, Yeager would kick your ass and all his bitch. I was like, dude, it's just like, have you fucking seen the bitch lately? He's got bitch tits. I mean, come on, dude. He doesn't look like he did 4 years ago.
Russ Carr out there saying Wolverines, so I have to do this. Wolverines! There we go.
Very nice.
I would like to
Very
do
nice.
that too, but my parents are asleep and I don't want to disturb them.
What are you, Cracker?
Come on, put the camera on and do it. You'll go viral.
Oh, geez, no. No.
No, which you put the camera on them, then you run in the room and Wolverines. Let's just see what the fuck happens.
And then show a cat. You'll get a million views on YouTube, and you get your 1,000 subs, and you're good to go.
Yeah, you're good. You're golden.
Put the cat in the video. It's a guaranteed 100,000 more views.
Hey. Watch the cat talk. We don't want to trigger anybody.
I know.
Hey,
I don't like
I
cats.
featured Ammo Cat earlier in Ellis's podcast, so it was
Travis,
pretty cool.
your
Yeah,
cat
Clover
is the
Tag
only
was playing.
exception.
Clover was playing his theme song, and I showed Ammo Cat off during Ellis's podcast. It's pretty funny. If you haven't seen that, Matt, you need to go back and check that out, dude. Everybody needs to go watch that. Ala Hatfield.
Ammo Cat. I'll watch it.
It was good stuff.
It was pretty funny. So
Yeah, Travis kind of led us into the worldwide domination plan of the Travi. So
Yeah, everything's explained for you guys all, so just so there's no confusion and no
yeah, we got the
shock.
whole conspiracy on Ellis's show tonight. So.
Exactly.
See, I saw the link pop up or the video once it was done. I haven't watched it yet, so
It'll explain everything. And we got Jared out there on the YouTube side. What's going on, Jared? All right, so that's what I was just going over GunTube and what I'm working on in GunTube. If anybody wants to join the GunTube team, let me know. I need help with it. I found out that I can't run everything by myself and do every job for GunTube by myself.
it feels like a cop out to me.
Well, it may be, but at least I'm being honest.
you're lazy.
So there's that. What else? So we were talked about a bit about it on Ghost Chat, but I want to go into it a little bit more. Has anybody seen some of these new guns that are supposed to be showcased at SHOT?
Yes, I want the Tavor 7 so bad. Please fund me on that.
Wait. Are you feeling all right, AWAG? Are you sure you're not going to start talking about gas masks, bitcoins, and gold and silver?
Bitcoin!
Hey, Bitcoin is not a bad thing.
Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, Litecoin. Come on, let's go. What do we want to talk about? Let's just completely derail his chat.
All right, HBS.
Okay, I'm down.
Stop right there.
The Earth is flat.
No,
God damn it.
jeez.
I'm an
I can prove the flat Earth theory. Hey, if you put a ball on the ground and it won't roll anywhere, that means the Earth is flat.
Damn straight it does.
I'm
If you take a basketball and pour water over it, what happens to the water? It doesn't stick to the basketball, so that just goes to prove that I'm a dumbass and will believe anything that I saw on the fucking internet.
The basketball's CGI, man.
Everything's CGI. There's not one single picture of the Earth ever that's not CGI.
The basketball was recorded in a studio.
Da-da-da.
There you go.
Okay, I'm gonna use some car talk here, but the Earth is actually a rotor from a 13B rotary engine. So yeah.
Dude, it's triangular shaped?
Yes, it's a triangle.
It's a winkle.
What?
The anger
Now
space
the Earth is
Doritos.
a pyramid? We went from a flat Earth to a pyramid Earth? I'm just confused.
No, it's not a pyramid. It's
It's the fishbowl.
it's a rotor. It's a brap Dorito.
All right.
It's the burrito Earth.
So
It's the Japanese anger Dorito.
It's the chimichanga Earth.
So Travis, what was your conspiracy theory earlier tonight? You made a video about.
Oh, yes. Palmetto State Armory dropped a hint deep in their forums that they may be bringing a MP5 clone to SHOT Show in 2 weeks.
I will search that out, my friend.
If that
Well, it's
is-
on Reddit, so I don't know if you want to go over there. I don't know. Did you notice how I put Reddit in the video? I called it the festering cesspool of Reddit is what I called it. What's
Oh,
that?
he's not gonna post a video on Reddit, but he might look at it.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
you just search for PSA MP5 clone, there's 2 Reddit posts on there, and the actual line from Palmetto State Armory is there, so you can see it. And then all these guys are commenting on it, going back and forth whether or not it's something they would buy.
Yeah, I'm not allowed on Reddit anymore, so I'll just take your word for it. But I'll go find PSA at SHOT Show, so I'll do it
Yeah,
that way.
no, hopefully they feature it. Yeah. Kind of curious what the price is going to be, because an Atlantic Firearms is $1,600. I would hope they could do it for like $699. I mean, I can't imagine they would charge.
It's going to be like sub $600.
I mean, if they can do it, I mean, they're
They
going to have to recoup
should
a
do
lot
it.
of losses, but
I bet you.
Come on, I mean, look at what they're. Look at what here's what PSA does. They go and they don't do anything until they can just either bulk purchase or bulk manufacture or bulk assemble. All right.
Yep.
So they're not fucking doing parts kits. They're not fucking, you know what I mean? Like whoever's doing it, PSA waits until it's like, okay, we can basically do this cheaper than every other motherfucker around, to the point that people will go, holy shit. So I am reasonably confident, as this is something they wanted to do, that it would be very affordable. You know what I mean?
Well, I kind of see a little bit of a flaw in that, because have you seen the prices of parts kits for a set-me rifle? They're like $150, and they're everywhere. Apex has them, Guns Numeric has them, What a Country has them. Pretty much every gun part site that I found has parts kits for it that are sub $200.
Yeah.
Don't you think that PSA would snap a lot of those up to build stupid, cheap C308s?
Possibly, but if they had a bead on an MP5 clone to do that, that's far more sought after. And let's be honest, let's run it through the room. If everybody in here, excluding nightstryke.
Why are you excluding me? I love PSA.
Yeah, I know, but you also bought a fucking sent me clone anyway. No, I mean,
so did AWAG.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, but like
Guilty.
most people, if you polled this room, anybody, it's like, okay, you can get a full length 308, FNFAL clone, sent me whatever it is, pick your version, or you can get a fucking MP5 clone. Most people are going to go, I'd fucking rather have an MP5 clone. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'd go with an MP5.
It's the gun that's missing. It's the gun that's missing from our collections. You got your AR, you got your AK.
I'm not. Look, the FNFAL design, that I love that design. If I was going to get a semi-automatic 308, it would be that design rifle. But the MP5 is I mean, that's just something we here in the United States, because of so many different reasons, we just don't. It's not something we're able to get our hands on. You know what I mean? You can go get an AR-10. You can't get an FN. Okay, whatever. But you can get an AR-10 that'll basically do the same thing. Or you can get a sent-me. Or you can get whatever. Like there are ways to get a hold of it. Getting a hold of an MP5, that's just not a thing that's affordable. Not so nice. I'm just saying. I mean, if it's a matter of well, what's PSA doing? Well, if they're smart, not if they're smart, if it was a choice, like, okay, we can decide to pull our resources into, these sent me kits, or we can go after the MP5. Well, dude, they already sell fuck tons of AR-10s and all kinds of other shit. I mean, like, they don't need to get into the sent me clones, especially when a lot of people are selling them right now between Classic and Buds and a lot of other places are selling these fuckers for, $5.99. I can hop on Buds right now and pick one up for $5.99. So why does PSA need to get into that market right now? They don't. But MP5s, yep.
But they will.
Oh no, they will
if
they could. But I'm saying if there is a choice, if it's like, okay, we can put our resources into this or this, and MP5 is on the table, it makes sense why they wouldn't fuck with the anything else. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I mean, if they can bring an MP5,
Ghost.
I don't know what happened to him.
Ghost, you're breaking up.
He went into the void. Travis consumed him.
Shit, the Travie has struck again.
The non-positronic robot got him.
Ghost in the Shell. Yeah.
No, don't bring up that shitty movie.
So now here's a question: if they do make the MP5, are they going to do this as a pistol, and you would put like a SIG brace on it, or you would put maybe a CAC blade so you could? Because you're not going to have that collapsible stock. I don't think you're going to be able to do that.
I think it's PSA. It's PSA. So I think if they've got a beat on something, if this is something they want to do, knowing PSA and knowing what they do, I feel like they go both ways, right? Like I feel like they do a pistol version, and I feel like they do something in a 16-inch barrel.
They'll do both.
I feel like they offer both.
They won't give up one market. They will get both.
Yeah, they'll let you choose. They'll be like, look, the difference is a stock and a fucking barrel. We got this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like that's not.
Well,
we are not hurting for stocks or barrels. We got this, bro.
Yeah. So I feel like they offer it in both. They're like, do you want to go pistol version? And then if you want to later on, you can SBR it. Do you want to go rifle version? And later on, you can SBR it. Either way, one you change out the stock, or one you add a stock, one you change out the barrel. I think, and I don't know, we'll see what happens, but given their track record, I mean, I've been a fan of PSA since 2011, so 6 years now, and I've been loving what they're doing. And they seem like a company that knows what the fuck they're doing, and they diversify and they make the smart moves and they make the options available for people. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I think you hit the nail right on the head earlier when you said that they're not going to even put a press release out there until they know they've got a product that's just going to destroy the market right now.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And the other thing that I'd mentioned in the little video I made on that was that PTR, PTR Industries is in the same state, not that far away.
Well, I am going to say this since I know where both places are.
Yeah.
PTR is way far north of where I am, whereas PSA, the actual, the warehouse where they ship everything out for the website, is in downtown Columbia, which is way west.
We're also talking about South Carolina. We're not talking about Texas or California, so it might be a couple hours, but we're not talking an 8-hour drive from point to point.
I'm just saying collaboration for manufacturing techniques and machinery. That's the kind of thing I'm talking about. They can do stuff in house in the same state, have engineers come over and show them how to set up.
Yeah,
because PTR, PTR's got nothing to lose from doing something like that.
Absolutely,
it's true.
Now, Atlantic Firearms, I think you're going to see the Zeniths pretty much go stagnant in a situation like that.
Yeah,
because the Zeniths are what, $1,700? Yeah.
Yeah. And then
1678.
And then H&K is coming out with their. I don't know if they actually have released any, but it was the MP5K or something like that. Their semi-auto version.
Oh, they're actually that thing's going to cost.
They announced that last year or year before last, but we still haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
So.
Man, why can't they just bring out the UMP series? Like, I shot a full auto HK UMP 45. That thing was sick.
I would love to shoot a UMP 45. That would be badass. In fully auto.
It's very, very controlable. I actually have the two humanoid targets that I.
It's the SP5K is what it was. It's semi-auto only.
What's it called again?
I think it's the SP5K. I'm not sure. So.
Okay.
But anyway. Anyways, but if that is true, that is pretty cool. Has anybody else seen or heard of anything else that would be interesting that they'd want to talk about?
Well, I brought it up on my show. I brought it up on my show, and I know, like I said, the name alone is going to throw some people, but that Springfield Armory M1 in a 6.5 Creedmoor looks pretty cool. I'm not saying go out there and buy it from them, but I might be looking for one in about a year or so from a second hand where my money is not going to Springfield Armory. But, That M1 and a 6.5 Creedmoor is pretty badass looking.
The M1A and 6.5.
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
That's going to be awesome. I'm just saying it. I know it's Springfield Armory, but that's a good looking gun.
One of a few things that I want to see that aren't announced at all at SHOT Show are parts kits for an AEK 971 or an AN 94. I want one of those guns so badly.
Well, the problem with the AN 94 is because of how it's designed. Turning it to a semi-automatic would basically ruin it. It would literally ruin the design of the gun.
True, but it is an AN 94.
Right. So
I just want it just to say that I have it. I don't want it for its 2-round burst, even though that is pretty sick.
Right. All right. What about you guys? Clover, anything coming out that you're interested in?
You know, not particularly. Yeah, not really. I mean, there's nothing that blows my skirt up. I mean, that SIG's pretty cool and the Ruger's pretty cool, but yeah, I mean, there's nothing. I don't know. I think that Ruger probably is the potentially the hottest item.
The PC9, the carbine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. I think potentially that's going to be the hottest item of the year. But,
the EC9, right?
Yeah.
What's the difference
No,
between
the
the PC9 and the old PC9?
Interchangeable mag plates.
Ah, okay.
What about their little Precision 22 that can take the Ruger 1022 mags? I thought that was pretty neat.
It's neat, but I think that's
we had
more
talked about that on Sunday, and
I think that's more of a niche market thing.
It does sound like it, doesn't it?
Well, I mean, you know, Ruger Precision, and then you look at it, and I mean, you know, there's half a dozen other rifles come to mind that's going to kick the snot out of it without a doubt. So, you know, it's a niche thing. It's supposed to be a pairing with their, you know, their 6.5 Creeds and their, you know, their larger caliber precision rifles. So, I mean, I think it's a smart move for that, but I don't think you're going to see many people giving up their 22 rigs they're running now competition wise for something like that.
All right. Cycle Camp, is there anything coming out, or are you looking at getting something?
No, I mean, all these guns were designed or built after like 1950. What good are they?
Well, I don't know. A case could be made for, like, you know, the Setme. It was made in the 50s.
Yeah, that's pushing it. Or the
but they won't let me have those. We can't have nice things here. Unless I get my. What I'm looking forward to this year is getting my CNR license.
And then would that count?
You know what they got to do?
Actually, if it was made in 1950, it would.
They got to make an SKS chambered in 5.45 by 39.
Okay, I'm gonna stop this right here. What would be the point?
What wouldn't be the point?
An SKS and 5.45? Are you crazy?
Yes.
It's just, why? Why would you take it away from the greatest caliber that is 7.62 by 39?
That's debatable. 5.45 Master Race.
If it was so debatable, why is everyone still using it around the world, huh?
Because 5.45 has better ballistics. Oh, and soft tissue.
It's flat.
Sure.
And it has better long range capabilities. And it's lighter recoil. And it's actually somewhat cheaper to produce.
And it shoots dead flat.
It does shoot pretty damn flat.
I don't know.
Well, everything shoots flat according to the flat Earth guys. That
Yes.
There you go.
straight line.
Yes.
Is that right, Travis?
Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
that is correct. And there's a dome, so if you shoot, everything's going to bounce off the dome as it comes back at you. So you have to really watch out for that.
Quick, everybody
so it's
shoot
like
up.
it's like a boomerang with the dome. It'll come back at you. That'd be badass.
Is it like a Dyson sphere?
Like a football player in a round football field, you could throw it, but if you throw too hard, you're going to hit the cap over the top of the planet. So
You hit yourself in the back of the head if you throw it too far.
Is it like
no,
a
it just goes
Dyson
from one side
sphere
to the
kind
other.
of deal?
It goes from one side of the world to the other. So
Oh,
yeah, it goes across. It doesn't go around. It actually goes across because you can throw up and over the top if you want to. So over the top of the North Pole. So because it's flat, you
So
can
it's like a great wall.
Yes.
The ice wall.
The ice wall. Who built it? Did China build it?
China probably built it.
No,
China.
the Travi built it.
The Travi.
The Travi. Oh.
Yeah, that was one of our early projects. We were kind of bored, so yeah. Yep, making great walls and stuff. So it's what we do.
The Great Wall of Travi.
And then he got Matt Damon to protect the Great Wall.
Well, somebody's got to give him a job, I guess.
True.
Where are the applications in which I can sign up?
Oh, you already are, Travi. Don't worry about that. You've already been indoctrinated, so you're good. You're good to go.
I don't know about indoctrinated. I mean, I'm kind of biased,
You are biased.
So where are we at on chatting about the new guns coming out? I've got one I'd like to suggest. All
right, go for it.
Have you guys seen have we mentioned this? Maybe I missed it. Maybe as mental speed bump, but the 6-hour P365.
It's pretty cool. It's about the size of a $1 bill.
What's that? Oh, you talked about the Tonight Ghost?
Oh, very, very briefly.
Okay. So you got a 10+1 double stack micro 9. Seems kind of cool. I'm just waiting for Taurus to get their butts in gear and get their new THTS series out, because they're going to do that. And I don't know if we're going to get the 380, but I'm sure we're going to get a 9 and a 40, because they're going to do the compact and they're going to do the full size. And hammer fired, striker fired with and without safety. Well, the hammer one I think is only going to come with the safety, but I'd like them to get that together and do that. I mean, I'm going to be doing an AR build this winter anyway, so I don't know if I'll be buying much for guns, but I'll definitely pick up one of those when they come out. See, I want to get the TH compact because it kind of looks like that Springfield XTE, but it's not a Springfield, so it gives me an excuse to buy it since it's not. And that's going to be kind of a step up from, in my opinion, the PT111 G2. Slightly higher capacity, a little more expensive.
We were talking a little bit earlier that I saw that I guess Taurus has come out with a carbine that I hadn't heard of before. Apparently, it's been out for a little bit, but have you heard about it? It was featured at SHOT Show 2017. They had it sitting on like a whole case of shells that they had run through it. I was listening when you guys were talking about that. The T9, T49 SA or whatever. T49 I hadn't seen it or heard much about it, so I didn't know that it had been around for a while. It didn't take off, I guess, huh?
No, yeah, I was saying I kept getting the band hammer. I was trying to tell you about it, but they wouldn't let me in. So
I don't know who was the band happy.
I'm just talking shit. No, it was on Gunbroker's got them for $950. They were briefly up on like Gallery of Guns over at Davidson's for like $849. But when it first came out, I think maybe Matt's chat we were talking about it, or new guns that were coming out, and you could configure a PSA rifle with basically the exact same specs, same rail, same stock and grip, and it was going to be $200 to $300 less for virtually the same gun, except for the brand. I mean, everything, the rifle, rate of twist, the type of rail, everything was identical to the Taurus, and it was literally $300 cheaper.
That's the beautiful thing about PSA.
Now, did you guys know that Tippmann, the people who make like paintball guns, they actually make 22 rifles now? And I got the handle one.
22 rifles?
No, 22 long rifles.
Oh.
I handled one at one of my local gun shops, and that thing is sweet. It's all like anodized aluminum, and it basically field strips and works like an actual AR-15. It's not like an M&P22 or the what is the it is the M&P22, right?
So basically,
No.
it looks like an M4.
There's the Tippmann Arms M422 tactical rifle.
Yes.
Okay,
That's what
but
it is.
we're looking at a retail $489, dude. Ouch.
I'm seeing 600.
Wow, jeez, where are you guys?
Well,
getting
part of the
that?
problem, I think, is us guys at paintball back in the day. We've grown up now. We're like, oh, Tippmann Arms, they make guns, gotta buy it. You know, it's like, hey, sweet. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm all for if you want an AR and 22 long rifle, but I'm just gonna say right now, if I want an AR and 22 long rifle, I want to go and spend $200 for the bolt carrier group and the magazine, and throw that into my 5.56 or 223 AR because 5.56 and 223 can shoot 22 long rifle easy.
Somebody needs to get a hold of Mac and have him test one of those. They're made in Fort Wayne, Indiana. You know, what's interesting, I'm kind of curious if this isn't just a rebranded kit that they're putting together and selling it under their own label. I doubt they're forging their own barrels and their own lowers. And
yeah, it may be that they're just assembling these and selling them as their own. They may have branded lowers because they probably bought a bunch in bulk. But I'll tell you right now, the top parts are probably just OEM generic.
Cool. But for that price, I'd rather go buy an M&P.
You know, I'm not complaining either. I mean, it's pretty cool if that's what you want, go for it. But it's not an eye opener or a shocker or anything. It's just it's there. If you want it, go for it. If you don't, do something else, right?
So here's AWAG. I found your pack. Here's the Hawk package. Have you seen that one with the scope?
I have not.
Okay, check this one out. Second link. A big old piece of glass mounted up on the top of there. $649 for that one.
Okay, Travis, I have a very important question. Of those rifles,
what's going on?
Which one would you night wagon with?
Night wagon.
Which one was I night wagon with?
Which one would you night wagon with in your hand?
Which one would I night wag with my hand?
Okay, now you're intentionally trying to be.
No, I honestly don't understand what you're saying. Okay, so
the curiosity,
because that's not how we're okay. So which one would I
go night wagging with?
Oh! I would definitely go night wagging with the one that's got the scope on top.
Okay.
Yes.
Now,
I
would you get a spare scope and put it on the side rail as well? That way you can use both eyes at the same time.
No, I would put an EOTech on the right so I can go straight up, 90-degree flip and go all Chris Costa on it.
Oh, wow.
Now, don't worry, you have to have the backup irons on the other side of the rifle as well.
Yeah, no, the 45-degree mount, mag pull rail, and then I would have a side-mounted vertical foregrip. So when I'm tilting it at 90, it's like I'm holding it upright, but it's actually at an angle. So makes it easier for me to check the chamber when it's empty.
Gotcha.
All right.
We just made a bunch of tactical heads just cringe.
Just go all Mall Ninja on that one. All Ninja edition.
Now to have better sight radius, you got to put like 3 red dots all in a line to make sure that it's extra lined up.
Yep, and a laser.
Gizzard is saying the Taurus T45A was removed from Taurus' website this past week. Rumor is that they have called it off. I've watched 2 different chats tonight where they're talking about the Taurus T45 SA, not even realize it's not coming. Well, if it's not coming, and if they did that intentionally, then okay. But if it is coming and they just did that so they could redo the specifications or even the pages on it, then they may have. We don't know if it's not coming or not. We'll know at SHOT Show, won't we?
Was he saying the T45 or the T4 SA?
The T4 SA, excuse me.
I don't think they're selling any of them, dude. I really don't think they're. I don't think they're moving, and so I think that's why they're stagnant. They're probably sitting on a bunch of them, and maybe they're just selling them out to dealers through, just like things like Gallery of Guns where you can go on and buy one, or Gun Broker or whatnot. Because I mean, I just don't see anybody at this point. I just don't see anybody paying those prices.
Well, call them up. All these
I mean-
gun channels need giveaway guns.
I mean, we're talking, guys. We're talking Colt and Sig money here for a Taurus AR. All right.
I'm sorry, but Taurus makes good guns. I'll give him that. But if you're trying to come to the market, and especially the AR market, well, like an $800 or $900 price tag, you better be Colt, or two, you better be making firearms that are worth that price. Which I've seen a lot of Taurus. Not all of them are worth that price.
It doesn't have a unique upper, like a unique forged upper, just, like, I'm thinking like a Noveski or something, okay?
Right,
it offers, okay, and I love Taurus too, but it offers absolutely no advantage. Maybe slightly higher quality components, but I doubt they're forging their own lowers, and they're making their own, anodized uppers and stuff. They're probably just buying standard spec parts and putting them together.
Their claim to fame is it's USA made.
Okay,
they're making in the United States. Great.
I think just about every other AR is out there.
I know, but I'm saying that's how they advertise it. USA.
Yeah, they try to give you this they have this whole tactical commercial that goes with it, and they make guys running, throw all these barriers and stuff shooting it, and you're like, oh man.
Though I will say, if I had a choice between buying a Springfield Armory Saint and buying a T4 SA, I'd rather have a T4 SA.
Oh yeah. There's no doubt about that.
And if it's not coming out, well then okay, too bad. Tough luck. If it is coming out, cool. Can't wait to see it. But let's hope they go down on the price a little bit. Otherwise, they may have a rough time of it.
Yeah, I don't really see it.
Remember, there's a time and a place, and they may have come to the market late.
Hey guys, I'm circling the drain, so I'm gonna hop out.
All right, man. Take it easy, dude.
You guys have a good night.
And on that note, I think it's time to kill it.
You got mail.
Oh, God. All right. I got another email. Hold on. Let's see if it's anybody important or anything. Might just be Midnight Range TM, just being Midnight Range TM. And it is not him, so there we go. All right, on that note, guys, I'm calling it. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for listening. Thank you all for on the Gun Channel side, on the YouTube side. I appreciate it. I want to thank my panel for being here tonight. Thanks, guys, for showing up.
No problem. Thanks for the invite.
No problem.
Thank you very much.
All right, so on that note, guys, that's it. I'm done. I'm Nightstrike, and this was Hit or Miss.
Night, Felicia.
Nah, Felicia.
Say goodbye, Rick. Say goodnight, Rick.
Good night, Rick.
Matt, Rick.